very good evening and welcome to Prime TV News, coming to you live and direct from the Prime TV studios with me, Abrar Abid. Now, before we go into our stories in detail, let's take a look at our headlines. All arrangements are set to hold final Randoli Perahara of the Kandy SLF Festival. The Premier says Wani will be made one of the most developed districts within 5 years. An investigation on police officers allegedly linked with Kanjipani. The third largest reservoir is in the offing. India says Jammu Kashmir restrictions on movement was to prevent deaths. In our lead story, all arrangements are set to hold the final Randoli Perahara of the historical Kandy SLF Festival. The final Randoli Perahara will commence at the auspicious time of 8:05 p.m. today. The SLF festival in Kandy commenced on the 2nd of this month, planting cup at 4 major devalayas. Internal Peraharas of 4 devalayas were held for 3 days consecutively following the plantation of cup. The first Kumbal Perahara commenced on the 5th of this month and the first Randoli Perahara commenced on the 10th. The water cutting ceremony will be held at an auspicious time of early hours of tomorrow. A large number of local and foreign tourists have flocked into Kandy to witness the SLF Perahara. The ITN Media Network, in collaboration with Media Unit of the Sri Dalada Maligava, brought a comprehensive coverage on the SLF festival, elaborating on historical facts linked with the great cultural event. The ITN has taken measures to bring the final Randoli Perahara live. The live information on the final Randoli Perahara will be brought by Dumidu Bandara and Mahesh Sena Naika from Kandy.
Well, we are enjoying very much our stay in Sri Lanka because people is always ready to help and is very kind. We're very happy to be here also tonight for the Perahara Fest.
We can feel the spirituality of this city and we'll enjoy our stay there.
Really a beautiful country and really with nice people, and this is the most important for us. We really enjoy our trip in Sri Lanka. To all the tourists that they have to come in Sri Lanka, it's really a beautiful country and it's safe, and we are here with our 2 children and there is really no problem, and people are really kind with children and it's really enjoyable holidays. So
interesting building and the culture and the music and the country dance.
I was quite impressed about the security machine, which was quite impressive, especially after the bad events which happened in April. But here we are really enjoying the time and very surprising.
In more news at home, today is the Nikini Full Moon Poya Day.
The first Buddhist council was held soon after the demise of the Lord Buddha on a Nikini full moon Poya day. The Buddhist council, which was held under the patronage of the king Ajasat, with the monk Mahakashyapa presiding, aimed to purify Buddhist doctrine from malicious attitudes of some monks. The Lord Buddha endorsed the disciplinary code that the monks who would miss Vas ritual to attain the same ritual at a later stage. The Dhamma's treasure god Ananda Thera attained arahathood on a Nikini full moon Poya day. The Lord Buddha journeyed himself to Senanigama in Uruvela after being enlightened on a Nikini full moon Poya day. The Poya day has been significant in country's Buddhist tradition as forehead bone relic of the Lord Buddha was enshrined at the Mangala Stupa in Seruvilla on a Nikini full moon Poya day. A complete array of religious programs has been organized countrywide to mark the full moon Poya day. Savanakra's Poya Day program of ITN was telecast live from Lanka Tilaka Raja Mahavihara in Kandy today. Royal Pandit Venerable Hiniyagama Chandimathera delivered the sermon. Meanwhile, Shasana Loka program organised by ITN FM was also aired from the historical Lankatilaka Raja Mahavihara in Kandy. Novice monks were offered Dhamma books and their parents were also held at the event.
Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe says the government aims to make the Wani district one of the most developed zones in the country within 5 years. The Premier was speaking at an event held at the Vavuniya District Hospital. The newly built accident ward and emergency unit of the hospital was declared open under the patronage of Prime Minister Wickremesinghe. The cost borne for the project was 150 million rupees. Ministers Rajitha Senaratne and Rishad Badiuddin and Dutch Deputy Ambassador in Sri Lanka were also present at the event. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister laid foundation stone for the proposed cardiology and renal diseases treatment unit. The Netherlands government funds 600 million rupees to construct the new unit. Prime Minister Wickremesinghe is touring in Jaffna for 3 days. He is expected to open a number of development projects accomplished recently. In more local news, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe emphasizes that implementing a new foreign policy, the country can gain many economic advantages. Premier Wickremesinghe was speaking at the annual prize-giving ceremony of the Bandaranayake International Diplomatic Training Institute. Diploma and postgraduate diploma holders received their certificates and awards at the function.
Our new foreign policy led us to enhance the importance of Indian Ocean globally. When we took over the government, we have confronted with major issues which needed resolution. Firstly, on the issue of human rights, where we had made commitments which had not been fulfilled, and we were actually on the verge of facing, we already faced censure, but even more in Geneva. Now this issue has been resolved very peacefully, and we are moving towards reconciliation. We thought this was the best time to get into the act and ensure that we are able to carve out a place for ourselves and a new foreign policy. So this is how we started. At that time, in 2015, was the beginning of the different regional and global powers looking at the Indian Ocean. How do we ensure that we could certainly leverage ourselves, make ourselves the hub of the Indian Ocean, also to ensure that we had a role to play. The world is changing fast. Don't wait for other countries to get together and come into these regional arrangements which never take place. We had to move by ourselves within the Indian Ocean region. There's much more to be done in changing regulations, in changing rules, in changing laws. But with this, we have made Sri Lanka viable. It's up for us to ensure that Sri Lanka can get ahead.
Today, with the internet and cyber facilities, there are complex issues that need instant answers. Knowledge is all important to tackle these issues. The more learned you are the better performance that you will make. The diplomatic skills required are also valuable to enable you to interact with others in an unobtrusive manner.
Senior DIG of the Western Province, Jagat Abesiri Gunwardana, has been appointed to inquire a complaint lodged against officers attached to the Colombo Crime Division. The complaint has been lodged against CCD officers for having a close connection with an underworld leader, Kanjipani Imran, who has been detained in regard to investigations on several crimes. The complaint has been made by Venerable Magalkande Sudatta Thera. He complained that Kanjipani Imran has celebrated his birthday inside the Colombo Crime Division and has produced a video where the culprit was having a cordial chat with the police officers. The acting IGP Chandana Vikramaratne has ordered the senior DIG to open an investigation regarding the allegation. In more local news, Minister P. Harrison says third largest reservoir in the country will be constructed in Anuradhapura at a cost of 38 billion rupees. The minister made the comment addressing a function held in Anuradhapura. P. Harrison highlighted that the Malvatu Oya River will be diverted from Tantirimale to create the third largest reservoir in the island. He pointed out that the project will commence under the patronage of President Maitripala Sirisena and Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe on the 25th of this month. According to the minister, 8,000 hectares can be ploughed additionally with the construction of the new reservoir. Farmlands up to Mana can be supplied with water from the envisaged project. He also noted that drinking water issues can also be addressed by the initiative. The Cabinet of Ministers has granted approval to the proposal presented by Minister of Finance to postpone the budget for the year 2020 and prepare vote on account for the first 4 months of the year. The vote on account will have to be subject to the parliamentary approval, as the presidential election is expected to be held at the end of the year. The proposal was brought to postpone the budget to be prepared in accordance with the new composition of the cabinet and government's new policies. Meanwhile, the Cabinet of Ministers has also granted approval to the proposal forwarded by Minister of Finance to present the finance bill prepared for revising the Finance Act No. 35 of 2018. The revision aims to amend the definition of the term motor vehicle and to impose 3.5% foreign trade tax for payments made outside Sri Lanka. An MOU between Sri Lanka and Cambodia will be signed on cooperation in the tourism industry. The Cabinet approved the proposal presented by the Minister of Tourism Development, Wildlife and Christian Religious Affairs. The Cabinet approval was given to introduce a licensing system for electronic technicians. The new licensing system will be implemented from August 2019. The Cabinet of Ministers approved the proposal submitted by Minister of City Planning, Water Supply and Higher Education to authorize Vice Chancellors of Universities of Peradeniya, Sri Jayawardhanapura, Colombo and Kelaniya to enter into grant agreements with foreign institutions. A program to conserve mangrove lands and rehabilitate of state-owned mangroves was given cabinet approval. The proposal was submitted by the Minister of Environment and Mahavali Development. The aim of the initiative is to increase mangroves by 10,000 hectares. The Met Department announces that there is a possibility for sudden increase of wind speed up to 60 kilometers per hour over the island, particularly in western, southern, Sabaragamuwa, north central, northwestern, northern and central provinces and in Trincomalee district. Showers or thunder showers will occur at times in Sabaragamuwa, central provinces and in Galle, Mathura and Kalutara districts. Several spells of showers will occur in northwestern province and Gampaha and Colombo districts. Fairly heavy falls above 50 millimeters are likely at some places in Sabaragamuwa, central provinces and in Galle, Mathura and Kalutara districts. Showers or thunder showers will occur at a few places in Mullaitivu, Ampara and Batticaloa districts after 2 p.m. The Disaster Management Centre announces that the water level of the Kalu, Ging and Nilvala rivers is receding. However, the centre emphasises that general public should be vigilant about the water level in flooded areas. The authorities have taken measures to provide immediate relief to the affected people. The Attabagas Junction and Dambala Junction of the Bulat Singhala Molkava Road have been inundated with flooding resulted due to incessant rain occurred in Ratnapura. According to our correspondents, transportation on the road has been hindered. The sluice gates of the Kukuleganga Reservoir has been opened. Meanwhile, people in the Trincomalee district have been affected by severe dry weather condition. 3 tanks in the Kinne area have been evaporated. Minister Arjuna Ranatunga says though he has taken an array of measures to improve the Sri Lanka Transport Board, such measures have been hampered by regressive steps of certain officials. Minister Ranatunga was speaking to media following a program held at the temple in Dompe. He said that he has been making an attempt to import 2,000 buses to the Sri Lanka Transport Board, submitting papers to the Cabinet of Ministers. He pointed out that, but officials of the Ministry of Finance are not supportive in this connection. According to the minister, such officials are not interested in introducing better public transport services as the officials themselves use luxurious vehicles. Minister Ranatunga noted that no money from the public coffers would be taken for the project. He stated that the bureaucracy still blocks attracting investors for the initiative. The Swiss government has agreed to support solar power industry in Sri Lanka. This was stated when Switzerland's ambassador in Colombo, Hans-Peter Mock, called on Minister Ravikarna Naika. He noted that investors in Switzerland will be encouraged to invest in the solar power industry in the island nation. The attention of the minister said And the ambassador was drawn on Net Plus and net metering systems being implemented by the Ministry of Power. The ambassador appreciated Sri Lanka's progress in electrification of the country as compared to other countries in the region. He also highlighted that the Swiss government is interested in wind power generation. In more news at home, distribution of school textbooks for next year will commence day after tomorrow. The government has set aside 4,165 million rupees for printing textbooks this year. The Ministry of Education announces that all the students in government schools and monks studying at Pirivenas will receive textbooks accordingly. The official ceremony of distributing textbooks for next year will be held at the Education Ministry's storage in Homagama. 448 categories of textbooks will be circulated among 43 million students countrywide. In addition, 54 categories of books will be delivered to the Buddhist monks of the Pirivenas. In more local news, 40th death commemoration of Dr. N.M. Pereira was held in Rajagiriya. N.M. Pereira had been a legendary figure in leftist politics in Sri Lanka. The function to tribute the late N.M. Pereira commenced, paying floral tributes to his statue in Rajagiriya. The event was attended by leader of the Lanka Sama Samaj Party, Professor Tissa Vitarana, General Secretary of the Communist Party of Sri Lanka, D.E.W. Gunasekara, and several other political individuals. And that is all the news for today. Do join us again tomorrow for the very latest. For the Prime TV News team, I'm Abrar Abid. A very good evening and take care.